Well, here's one I'm going to do some repairs on today at my shop here in Cleveland, Tennessee. Little CRV lift gate. But this definitely will be a little bit challenging. I'm going to show you a couple of things that's going to make it a little bit tough here. All right, start off, you got this line here. It's pretty much just bowed around the inner structure. Then you've got down here in this body line, it's very, very deep and all the way down to the edge of the inner structure. This body line right here is supposed to look like this over here. So you can see this is knocked way in. The only good thing about this repair is the Honda metal does move pretty easily. So hopefully this will come out. I'm gonna put a lot of heat on it because when this comes out right here and here, if you're not careful, if you pull it out too quick without having a lot of heat on it, it could actually crack, and then the repair is not a success. So this is the day that Jay was getting ready to start taking over this van and I was swapping into the new one. And you don't know how much stuff you have in a vehicle. Some of it's tools and some of it's just stuff you ended up not needing. So anyway, it took me and his brother Cody a little while to get everything out of this thing. All right, going to heat this up just a little bit before we start pushing on this minor dent in this lift gate compared to what Jay's working on over there. This is what's known as push to Bondo, trying to save a body shop from having to put a bunch of Bondo in it. So anyway, hey, we do what we gotta do to make it through the day. So as we get ready to use this metal medic tool here, if you have not already liked and subscribed to the channel, if you would, go ahead and do so. Your views and your time is appreciated, and I hope you enjoy it as you watch the repairs and see how we actually do some of these pretty difficult repairs. And this tool here definitely helps a lot because you're able to spread the metal apart to where it caved it in the deep part. So what this is doing is pushing this dent apart from either end, and it helps release pressure so you can pull it up or push it up from the back side, whichever you need to do. So this thing's starting to move a little bit at a time, but here in just a minute, bigger portions of this is fixing to come up, but you'll just be able to see that it does not just pop out really quick a lot of times. I think this repair ended up being somewhere around a 5 or 6 hour repair. I can't remember for sure, but it was a pretty long duration dent, but it was definitely worth the time spent on it to make this come out. Saved the customer a lot of money and a lot of time in the shop, because most shops would have wrote this for replacing the hatch, and then you would have had to purchase a new hatch, paint it, put it on, and that takes a few days at minimum to do all that repair. Sometimes if you have to go through the insurance, can take a week or two by the time you get insurance approved. traction is definitely awesome. For sure. 100% for sure. Because this, I was worried about it. Now I'm not.
I believe you about maxed it out.
It's close.
So now we're going to get ready to remove this, and then when we get done doing this, we're going to also remove the interior panel, which is pretty simple to do on these Hondas. Does not take real long to get these off. So now we got the access to the back side of this, and we're going to start pushing it up from the back to finish this out and get the minor details into play and get this thing looking like new again. But as you can see, that there are still some pretty sharp dents through the body line and pretty good size creases. Still has a long ways to go, but it's starting to go in the right direction and starting to look better and better all the time.
Now here's where we're about 85% finished with this repair. It's got a lot of the shape back, but still has a lot we got to pick up and tap down. So now we're going to break out the hot box and shrink up some of the stretched metal a little bit. Then we'll go back and push up some of the lows when we're done tapping down these little highs and stuff. But the hot box sure does help tremendously with getting these repairs looking really nice, because it tightens up the metal and also pulls together little imperfections. So this ended up coming out pretty nice for something that was crushed pretty heavily, and the customer is very happy with it, and we definitely appreciated them giving us a chance with this hatch, because it was definitely smashed pretty good. But came out looking good. Now we're getting ready to put the interior panels back on this thing and get ready to call the customer so that they can come back and pick this thing up and let them get back to driving this thing without any damage. And Cody was helping me get this thing done. Thank you very much, Cody, and appreciate your views.
Call Dent Tamers for all your door dings, large dents, hail damage in the East Tennessee area.